and they advocate doing one-on-ones with the other members, so one-on-one meetings. And people get to discuss those meetings. They give shout outs to people who provide a great service or did an event or provided a lot of business to them, to different members. And then also there's a couple of presentations, about 10 minutes the presentations were, and was one on organizing your home, rethinking clutter. It's called Rethink Clutter. I think I posted it to the group, and it was a great presentation. Now, there's several videos that come from this that I'm going to do, but this is one of them. And one of the people in charge of the group encouraged me to introduce myself, because there's a big there's a big Connect group. It's called Utah Connect, and then there are smaller groups, just like I have a smaller group. And that's for this specific city, business owners in this particular city, and I was invited to join it. So when I was invited, I was asked to give a sort of brief presentation, and I thanked the friend of mine that introduced me to the group, who actually was speaking that day. I thanked the group for inviting me and mentioned how what a great group it was, a great group of people, and really appreciated it. But I also mentioned, and this is where I get to my point in this particular message, is I also mentioned how it's really important to be able to give friends, acquaintances, customers, clients, recommendations for people who do really good business. There was a chap, he does roofs, and it seemed really, really professional. He was hosting and had a sticker of his business on the speaker. It was perfectly placed. There were little holes for all of the holes in the speaker screen. And anyway, just a really great guy. And I met so many lovely people. Some people didn't do a proper job, but hey, c'est la vie. That's not going to serve them well, probably. But or good enough that they get what they want, But anyway. The point was, as I was saying, it's really good to be able to have a group of people, group of businesses who, you can be confident that they do good work because they give good presentations, they keep themselves well. You can be quite confident they're going to be able to do a good job. And it makes it possible for you to build trust with your friends and customers. These guys become strategic partners. If you're sending them referrals and they do good business, it's just like giving good advice or being a source of good information in your specialty or in other areas. Well, people go, wow, he's a good guy, he knows what he's talking about, and can be relied upon. And when it comes to their need for your service, they're going to think of you. As long as you maintain your connection, you do your drip letters, your monthly drip letters, and posting on social media and keep in touch and everything. It's a sort of these things dovetail together, like cogs in a wheel, they work smoothly together. But yeah, definitely these strategic partners, people you send business and do good work, they're going to feel good about you providing them business, obviously. But it also it boosts your reputation. It boosts people's trust in you, and people want to do business with people they trust. So it's very important in this group to find people who you trust, who provide good business, who demonstrate competence to you, so that you can recommend them to your customers and clients, to fellow members, and thereby reap the benefits of an improved reputation, built trust, and the likeliness of doing business. Now, when push comes to shove, you could recommend 1 or 3 or 5 businesses to do perhaps web design or graphic design or provide some such service that's needed. It's more likely than not. It's more likely than not that you're going to send them the way of the person sending you business, right? It stands to reason. When at my old firm, where I used to work, where a marketing firm for financial advisors, we would tell them, flat out, you have a meeting with a strategic partner, There are ways of getting them, but you know, I can tell you all about that, probably as a client. But anyway, so there are ways of getting them, strategic partners. But basically, we would say, you know, when you meet with them, you know, you talk about being able to provide service to clients and customers, and, you know, want to set up a strategic partnership. But also you make it known, like, look, a strategic partnership is we're in business together. This is not a strategic one-way street. In my experience, and there are some businesses where they are sort of professional strategic one-way streets. I hate to say it, but, you know, accountants can be this way. Real estate, some people in real estate can be this way, like they're always getting referrals from you and never giving them back. It's just been an industry-wide thing, you know, very often, because you can't necessarily blame them, as it were, because, you know, if other people hear that they are sending you referrals and not them, you know, or they've sent lots of referrals to this accountant, and, you know, why are you sending referrals to other people? Then they might lose a source of referrals. Now, I think that's a bit sad, but seems to be the reasoning, the rationale behind it. But, you know, truth be told, you know, we would tell clients, like, look, when you meet with this person and you establish that this is a partnership, you're looking at a partnership and see if we have a fit, and I'll be happy to send my clients your way, and I certainly would love to referrals who need your services your way, and I certainly would love to receive referrals from you. And then we would have them generate a report. We had a program, it would generate a report amongst many other things that it would do, saying, you know, how many referrals, how many customers came from that person. And when you have a follow-up lunch or meeting or dinner or something, you would present them with that list, and it shows how many people you sent them, how many people they sent you, and it would often be very light in that first meeting on the behalf of the strategic partner. And we would say, look, tell the strategic partner, you know, when we got together, we talked about building a strategic partnership, and, you know, not a strategic one-way street. So you know, obviously I'm not twisting your arm, right? But is this a partnership? And then the person will either say no, and thanks for all your leads, and that's it. Keep sending them my way, and not the best attitude. Or kind of be like, yeah, absolutely. And suddenly you'll start to get more referrals from this individual, because they know a good thing, right? They know a good thing when they see one. So this is also professional advice to you on being a professional. It's not, you know, some people twist things to their own advantage, like, oh, you're only doing this for money. It's like, well, I'm doing it to provide good service to my customers, clients, and friends. I'm doing it to build strategic partnerships, and strategic partnerships are two-way streets, not one-way streets. I am interested in providing service to people, providing value, but I'm definitely in business to do the things I love, that I'm passionate about, that I do great work. I do great work when I work with your referrals. So look, when push comes to shove, I'm going to recommend customers go to not only someone who provides them good service, but also the first people I'm going to send them to are those strategic partners. Now, you may provide that service, I may well refer people to you, but the fact is, you don't have the status of a strategic partner if you're not sending me referrals. I mean, this never goes this far, right? This is all implied. And my strategic partners get priority when it comes to where I send referrals for services that I have several people who can provide them. So, you know, as I said, it never really gets that far. I mean, if it does, probably the relationship's over, the partnership's over, and they may not be a good referral, a good place to refer people. But all this aside, you know, the whole point of this is that you should look at your fellow KBBers as people that can help you build trust with your clients and customers and acquaintances, increase your status as somebody who gives good recommendations for services, not just good advice, and thereby do yourself proud. Do yourself be doing good for yourself by providing other people, other fellow members, referrals, right? Okay, guys, that's it from me. It's been a nice walk. It's a little brisk out this morning, but it is 6:27 now. I'm not sure what time you'll get this when it gets approved, if it gets approved, and whatever time that may be that you actually watch it. So that's it from me, guys. As I say, have a fantastic day. Keep doing good business, keep building value, keep finding ways in which you can do better, and definitely get yourself some strategic partners from the group, from locally, from around you, obviously, and strengthening numbers. It's when Frank Kern talks about taking people from A all the way up to Z, and you just need to provide the things, at least the 3 core things in between, taking your client from where they don't want to be to where they do want to be, and you provide these 3 core things. You may be providing other things too, but those are some of the things that hold several of the services you provide, or are core things that you discuss in your presentations. And these other people you recommend may provide B and D and F and M and O and P, and you really strengthen your the line, the way in which you can take people from A to Z by referring them to people who will do good business and provide what they need at letter P or A or Z or whatever it is, on the path of what you provide. It really is important. You actually create quite a little an industry. You're a part of an industry that way, that you're building and creating and strengthening. So just want to encourage you to look at all the positives with referring business to other members, and people locally, local businesses, etc. All right, guys, that's it from me. All the best. Take care.